Alright, hello again. Second part of the artistic category discussion. Cinematography. Well, I guess I said it would take more than a minute to discuss this, but really you can sum it up, sadly, in one word. Avatar. As far as I understand it, James Cameron friggin' invented the cameras that movie was filmed with. It really is a leap forward in cinematography. It's groundbreaking as The Dark Knight was last year. So when Dark Knight actually got one of its 2 Oscars for that category, I was very, very, very happy. It got reamed in certain other categories. I won't go into that right now. But Avatar is every bit as groundbreaking, arguably more so. So I could end the discussion there, but then that would be unfair to all the other excellent films this year. Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince would have been my top pick. They really made a great choice visually this year. They went with Bruno Delbonnel, who, I guess I said his name right. My apologies, sir, if I didn't. He's the one who did A Very Long Engagement and Across the Universe. He is one of the most visually inventive and creative cinematographers working today, and excellent choice for the Potter films, and I hope they keep him for the next 2. I really do. Next up we have The Informant, Where the Wild Things Are, and The Lovely Bones. All of them had absolutely gorgeous cinematography, definitely worthy of note, without question. But I would also consider Oscar caliber the cinematography for Watchmen, Inglourious Bastards, Das Weiße Band, A Serious Man, The Fantastic Mr. Fox, Up in the Air, An Education, and The Men Who Stare at Goats. I would definitely say that there was excellent cinematography in District 9. Once again, when it comes to animated films, I'm a little unclear. I believe cinematography is an entirely valid category for them. I maybe have underrated the animated features. You know, anyone who has operated a camera in animation could let me know. I'm not sure. But Coraline is next on my list. I do think with the mixture of stop motion and actual animation, it's easier to determine with that one. Star Trek, 500 Days of Summer, Los Abrazos Rotos, all excellent. Once again, Up falls into that animation category. The Hurt Locker, Away We Go, Sherlock Holmes, Public Enemies, Jennifer's Body, X-Men Origins Wolverine, The Blind Side, Terminator Salvation, all had excellent cinematography. Actually, Terminator maybe not as strong as the others. I'm going to rethink that one. Paranormal Activity keeps showing up here, doesn't it? It's not a high-budget film by any means. I'm mostly giving it props for what they did for so little. And given that they had a single camera with totally inexperienced people operating it, cinematography was pretty darned effective. So that's on the list. And then a couple more animated films, 9 and Monsters vs. Aliens. Then Zombieland, Invictus, Funny People, Julie and Julia, The Hangover, I Love You Man, Precious, Ponyo, Couples Retreat, Invention of Lying, G-Force. I'll give all of them some credit. All did pretty good with that. Like I said, that is Avatar's category. That's the start and end of it. But there are some solid entries. For the music, sadly, I have to concede I need work on both of these, and there will be updates as I feel more comfortable with both of these. Original song always bugs me because it's hard to know what the original songs are. I've seen the list, I've looked at it, used it to help look up a couple songs, but I haven't really gotten around to listening to. I should probably just listen to the music and not worry about the movies with this category. and I'm sure that's probably the case with most people. That's why I was saying earlier, the soundtrack incorporates the movie and the music, and that's why I like that award. Original song goes to the song. And currently I have 6 decent choices to choose from, one of which apparently is not eligible. And I'll get to that in a minute. And the 2 that I've considered, worth noting, Karen O and the Kids did All Is Love for Where the Wild Things Are. Apparently the repeated use of that song is the reason why the soundtrack is ineligible for the score award. Didn't make a lot of sense, but apparently. It's a nice song. Not super memorable, but catchy and interesting. But again, it worked so well with the movie. It's a shame there's no way to really award that. Likewise, the Other Father song, They Might Be Giants collaboration for Coraline. It's a throwaway song that the Other Father sings to Coraline. By itself, not the greatest song, but its use in the movie is very good. It fits perfectly in the movie. It's nice, and I'll give it a shout out. And I could probably go ahead and mention, I didn't have it on here, but Stu's song from The Hangover is the same thing. It's a silly throwaway song that feels incomplete, but it's funny as can be, and it fits perfectly in the movie. And it is on the eligibility list, as is Other Father song. The 2 others that made the eligibility list, I would not recommend Bruno for most people. It's not the greatest film. But I will say this. I just about bust a gut laughing at 6 or 7 points during the movie. And I had a demented smile on my face for much of it. It is sick, it's disgusting, it's disturbing, and it is intended to offend. But there are scenes that are worth watching, and one of them is the scene at the very end when Bono, I believe it was Sting, I want to say Snoop Dogg. I'd have to go back and look. But this random assortment of people are singing this song, Dove of Peace, that's supposed to be his kind of heal the world song. And it's great. One of the best moments in the movie is when he's singing a duet with Bono and takes a dig at Bono. And Bono's reaction was priceless. It was great. That song cracked me up so bad that it's on my list. I'm not sure that I would consider it a truly great, memorable song, but it is on my list as a potential nominee, and it is, again, eligible. Jennifer's Body, not the greatest movie, but it had some great music. And one of the key elements of the plot involved a band called Low Shoulder. If I'm not mistaken, the song that was a key part of the plot is the song that is on the Oscar shortlist. It's called Through the Trees. It's a pretty good song. And so it's on my list. I like that song. They did a couple others in the movie that I liked, and one of them I think was called One More Night. But apparently it's not eligible, so maybe that wasn't an original song. But I'm confused because I thought the band was just from the movie. So, again, if I'm speaking crap, then anyone that knows better, let me know. I just have a quick minute to wrap up the last 2. Up in the Air from Up in the Air is a great song that's ineligible. Don't know why, but it's on my list. And Smoke Without Fire played over the end credits of An Education. Awesome song. I love it. I love it. I love it. The song needs an Oscar nomination, and it is eligible, so let's hope. Anyway, I will have to do the score on a later one, especially because I have a lot of comments on that. So that'll be coming up.